is home link 10.2, Exploring the Volume of Boxes for Grade 3 Everyday Math. This is a 2-page home link. So the first one looks like this, and then the second one looks like this. And the family note says, to explore the concept of volume, our class built open boxes out of patterns like the one in this home link, and then filled the little boxes with centimeter cubes. Your child should try to calculate the volume of the boxes he or she builds on this home link by imagining that it is filled with cubes. Then, have your child check the results by pouring a substance from one box to the other as described below. So the first thing you have to do is cut out the patterns, and then tape or glue each pattern to make an open box. Find boxes that have the same volume. So, these are the patterns that you should have. There are 4 of them, and when you cut them out, they should look like this. And I'm going to darken this just a little bit. Oops, that's right. So that you can see them a little bit more clearly. So after you've finished cutting, you should have these 4, they look kind of like pinwheel shapes. And what you do is you actually have to fold on these lines so that it makes boxes. Okay, so you have to fold each one up, and there's little tabs that you can either just fold in or you can glue. So it's a lot of, it's some hands-on work. It's using your hands to kind of put things together. So this is great for kids who really like crafts or kids who like to build. Not so much for kids who don't like crafts so much, because it does take a little bit of coordination. But after you build it, you should have something that looks like this. Okay, a box. And you can use some tape to tape the side up. Okay, and each one of those will make a different box. And what we're asking is that kids learn how to find the volume of a box like this. Okay, and the volume, it's really important for kids to understand what is volume, because this is a new word for a lot of the kiddos. The volume is what fits inside this box. Okay, and that's why these boxes are open, because in the classroom kids also did something similar with boxes like this today. Except they used the little centimeter cubes to figure out how many little cubes they could fit inside. And the number of cubes that they could fit inside this box is actually the volume. Okay? So at home tonight now, they're looking at this and they have to think, well, let's see, I could fit 1 cube in the corner there. I could fit a whole row of cubes. And this row has 4, and this row has 4. That's 8 cubes. And then I have 2 layers. So it's going to be 8 cubes plus another layer of 8 cubes. The volume of this box should be 16 cubes. Okay, or 16 cubic centimeters, because volume is measured in cubic centimeters. So you know that box A, which is written right here on the bottom, is going to be 16 cubic centimeters. So you probably want to write that down. So it's going to equal 16 cubic centimeters. Alright, and that's box A. Alright, and then for B, you'll do the same thing for B. You'll take B, you'll fold it up, okay, and then try to figure out how many cubic centimeters is it. Okay, and again, you can tape it or you can glue it. And this is just a second example to show you. Here, but fold all those little pieces in. Okay. And then stick a piece of tape on there. Let's see, this tape might actually wrap right around. Okay, and then we have here. So you can see this box that we've created. Again, it's an open top. It's an open top. So the kids today would have dropped cubes in there and they would have said, well, let's see, I can fit 4 on the bottom. Okay, so you see there's 4. I can fit 4 on the bottom, and there's 3 layers. So 4 times 3 is 12. Alright, and so box B is going to equal 12 cubic centimeters. Okay, and so you have to do the same thing with box C and D, and you have to try to find out which ones have the same volume. Okay, and so if you just make notes like that and write them down, how many cubic centimeters are in each, then when you're finished, you'll know which ones are the same. And how did you figure out your answer? That's what you want to write on this sheet, how you actually figured it out. You made the boxes, and maybe, you know, then you poured something in. So if you pour 1 in 16, it should also be, let's say you pour some rice or something in here, you should also be able to pour it into another container that's 16 cubic centimeters, and it should be the same amount. So however you decided to figure that out, you write here. And then this says to check your answer by pouring rice, dried beans, or sand into one of the boxes. Fill the box to the top and level it off with a straight edge, like an index card or a ruler. Then pour it into another box. Explain how you know when the boxes have the same volume. Okay, so this is Homelink 10-2, Exploring the Volume of Boxes for Grade 3 Everyday Math.